So I'm Lauralee, founder and executive producer, chief creative officer of D55. And this is Set Stories. Where the company originated, grew up as a film baby. So this is just some stories from set that I think people would not really know about, but kind of is the beginning of how this company even came into existence. First one, it's called Chives. So I was working, I think I was 21 or 22. I was, cute and young, early 20s. And I was trying to work on indie films. And I got the opportunity to work on a commercial, which I wasn't really that interested in. I was just kind of in and out of the commercial world. But someone called me up and said, we have 3 or 4 days of shooting. You're going to be with the director. You're going to be her assistant. So you're with her the whole time. It's a woman director. So cool. That's amazing. I'm like, I'm in. I can't remember what commercial it was. I honestly don't remember. But it was something about Christmas and holidays. And it was a 3 or 4 day commercial shoot. So it was really, really intense. They gave me a whole brief about how the director had this pretty crazy allergy, anything related to onions or whatever. And they said, I'm 22. And they're like, there's going to be nothing on any of the sets, any of the locations, what remotely resembling an onion. So I'm like, okay, cool. I had a whole, it was a half-hour meeting, had to be briefed about this whole thing, talked about it a whole bunch. And so that's great. I'm like, I'm good to go, pick up the director. I think she was from the UK. I don't remember her name. And I'm actually thinking I want to find out who that director is because she was so awesome. And I'm gonna find out what her name is and try to maybe reconnect with her because I haven't been able to do that. So, but anyways, we get to the first day of shooting. It's 100 people around. We're in, I can't remember where we were, but it was a very intense, a dolly set up and a crane and a whole bunch of stuff going on. They're just almost ready to go for the shot. Craft services is there making all this breakfast stuff. And everybody's this is great, breakfast. So the director asked me to get her a breakfast sandwich. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. No problem. Go to get the craft service truck. And, it's always exciting at the craft services truck, as anybody that works in film will tell you. That's the place to be. So people are getting their breakfast sandwiches. It's this is cool. This is cool. I get one for the director. Everything's great. I give it to her. She starts eating it. And then all of a sudden, not even within a minute, she starts making these crazy convulsing noises. And I'm like, okay, what? 22. What is happening? If something's going down, and she runs to the bathroom. One of the producers came up to me and was like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. And so it turns out that even though they told me there was going to be nothing related to onions, anywhere near the set, there was chives in the breakfast sandwich. And so I pretty much almost killed the director, even right before the first shot was happening. Luckily, she didn't go to the hospital. She kind of sorted it out in the washroom. It didn't escalate, but it was actually a really scary moment. But what happened after that for the rest of the shoot and even years later is I ended up getting the nickname Chives after that happened. So the whole shoot, everybody's Chives, 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 and they just call me Chives. And then I saw producers from that shoot years later at music festivals and stuff, and they would literally scream Chives, and it didn't. So that was my nickname, Chives. Didn't kill the director, almost did. Wasn't my fault because they told me there was going to be no onions, but who would have known? Chives almost took out this commercial shoot, and I almost as a 22-year-old, just trying to make it in film, that was almost the end of my career. So, Chives.